Christina. I work as a developer advocate in Redpanda. So I do a lot of customer educations and develop advocacy. So I'm trying to educate most of our customers, our prospects, and people interested in Redpanda, people from the community. These are the people I talk to and they want to learn Redpanda so eagerly. So I want to have a good content and good platform for them to learn the technology. So for me, I'm more about getting their hands on technology because from a developer advocate's perspective, I want them to get hands on as quick as possible to kind of get them to understand how easy and how simple our technology is. It's really hard to tell the story without them actually getting their hands dirty and actually get it start working. So my thinking is that if I can get them to, listen to our message, liking our message, trying it out, getting them into their hands as quick as possible, that's kind of where I'm seeing. And if I get them to invest maybe 1 or 2 hours of their life actually working with the technology, that's a big investment in terms of the buyer because they're actually investing their own time learning it. So it's a bigger chance of them adopting the technology. So we're not trying to achieve a lot of things like numerically. So what we're trying to do is expand the awareness of the brand, the awareness of because people knows Kafka, but how do we get people to know that there's alternative, a better, faster versions of Kafka? How do we get it to them? So that's kind of my objective, is to get the word out. When I started Redpanda, there's a lot of tutorials, there's a lot of things that we built, but it was a lot of instructions is needed. There's a lot of environmental complexity because Redpanda there's a lot of way you can deploy Redpanda, right? You can deploy it locally with Dockers, you can run it on Kubernetes, there's other things you can run it on cloud environments, so many different ways. And what we currently have is things that you can run on your own desktop. But that doesn't tell the whole story.
Right.
So I hated it. I want to have something it's better, that tells my story better, to demonstrate what I do. So I'm looking for a better way. And another thing is when I try to see hands-on, I have a lot of hands-on tutorials, but I don't know where they're up to. I don't know where they get to, right? So I don't know what step they stop. Do they like my tutorials? Did they get to the end? I have no idea. So I did start it with other free platforms. We did try to get their hands on because I really want them to actually start everything with a control environment because things can go wrong in workshops that we do, and then things can go wrong if they're doing it themselves on demand. I really don't know what the environment is. So a lot of people just abandon and they stop doing it because they bump into problems. So I want to eliminate all that friction. So for me, I think Instruct helps me with that control environment, telling people exactly what to do. So the instructions is very easy to follow because it's just on the left of the screen, so you're not constantly switching back between. Just the user experience a lot better for me. Now I have more visibility into user experience, into what students are looking at, and if this is a popular course, nobody's taking it, I can quickly switch it out and enhance it or change stuff. Well, the workshop is on Kubernetes, so it's good. So it's a good Kubernetes environment, so people can work on it. So it's going to consist of 4 different sessions or 4 different tracks. So each of them will go through each different topics. And the thing I like about it is because after that I can have it as on demand. So if people, there's always people that comes to our virtual classes. They don't actually come because the time doesn't work out for them, or they have to, go somewhere else to get their work on. So it's good that I can have it on demand. So if they don't have time, they can finish up later. So that's good. Right, so for the learner journey, actually for Redpanda, there's 2 different type of personas that we're working with, developers and operations. And there is a journey that I map out for them to learn about Redpanda. So it's not just hey, how do you do this? This is I learned this first step, and then I want to learn more about it. So we have a path of how they learn from getting started, more deep dive content, intermediate contents, ecosystem. So we all have that mapped out. So to have them all put together as a curriculum. So I'm looking at more like a university curriculum rather than just once-off tutorial thing.
Right.
So I've created a lot of workshop before. I've seen people love the workshop that we created.
Yep.
So when they gone through it, they said, "Oh, this is how you put everything together," right? So I've seen that. I love to see the faces smiling after the workshop, and then now I've learned something. I can take this back to what I do day to day. It's going to help a lot of help with my work. So that's like.
Right.